Hello and welcome to another custom figure video. Today I'll be showing you some unit soldiers that I made, improved articulation on the 10th Doctor figure, Mr. Diagoras from the Daleks Take Manhattan, and just a few other random people that I made from spare parts. First off, I'm going to be showing you Mr. Diagoras from the Daleks in Manhattan. I did this from a Dalek sec body and a head from a primeval soldier figure. That's this one here. So the reason I had the head was obviously because I made some other unit soldiers where I swapped the heads around, and I moulded on some hair with the green stuff that I showed you in a previous video, which you can get from Games Workshop. It's the same as Milliput, it's just I can't find Milliput anywhere. And I painted it. I ended up painting it a gloss black, but it sort of works because he greases his hair back. And actually, intentionally, originally this wasn't going to be intended as Mr. Diagoras because I just wanted to make another person in a suit for my animations, but because the hair came out like that and the shape of the face, it sort of came out like him, so that worked really well. And obviously all I did was a change of heads and painted the hands slightly lighter, but it does mean he has a slight skin condition because of Dalek sex hands, but that's all I did. Next is my unit soldiers that I made. I made these from the soldier figures from Primeval, so the same guy as I talked about before with the head. This is the original figure here. All I done is got the green stuff and made some berets for them, but the thing I did with them was I covered their head in tin foil and then made the berets, so then I'll be able to take them off so I can use them as any general soldiers as well. So I just got the spare beret, and there you go, there's the green inside. Obviously the head I got here is from the Master, because I used the body slightly later. I wanted the arms and things for another figure I'm going to show you in a bit. And this head here is from a Robin Hood figure, because again I used the body somewhere else and I had the spare head. So then I got 3 soldiers, but of course I've still got them all without berets if I wanted to. And here is my David Tennant figure with improved articulation. Obviously the jacket is a slightly different colour because I changed the arms around. So obviously the figure I had originally, I don't have the brown suit figure to hand, but was basically this one, but brown suit. And the problem with this figure, as I'm sure everybody knows, is the fact that his arm only goes like that and like that, which is really irritating when his arm's that far away from his head, especially when you want him to point his Sonic and things, and you sort of have to turn his head around and just gets a bit annoying. So the thing everybody wants to do, I think, is to be able to have a figure like this. Now the arms I used for this was actually from a John Sim Master, which is where that head came from earlier with the soldier. I did this because both figures were made around about the same time. If you get a figure after Series 5, around about Matt Smith's era, they changed the joints for the shoulders to a ball joint or a slightly different peg. So I had to go for a Rusty Davies era figure in order to do it. I originally tried to do it with the Dalek sec arms, but they were ever so slightly different and a bit annoying to take off. But the John Sim actually worked quite well, and it's quite simple to take them apart and swap the arms over. You just have to take the jacket off of both of them, take the jacket off, and and the heads with the ball and pop method, and then put the knife in and sort of prise it open and pull the arms out. You've got to be really careful with that because it is quite stiff and can spring shut quite easily. But with a bit of effort you can quite easily get the arms off and put them together. So that's what I did. So the actual John Sim body I got left is here. I only had gloss paint, so that's why his arms are shiny, but I think I made up for that by making like the collar up here shiny and the bits. This is just a random person just to go in the background of my animations. But yeah, so that's what I did with that. And so in order to correct it, I painted it a brown. I also did a slightly darker wash to make it dirty, a bit like they done with the new David Tennant figure from the 13 Doctors set. That's what I was trying to do here. But obviously with improved articulation, so it moves up and in like that. I also dirtied the shoes, and that's all I did in the end. I just put the head back on. I also obviously swapped the hands back over so he can still point as Sonic, but I didn't glue it in so he can actually swivel his hand, which you can't normally do, so I can get him to turn his hand in my animations to open the doors of the TARDIS, unlock it. And finally, there's this random guy here, looks ever so slightly like Squidward. Basically, I had the body left over from this head, and I had a Dalek Sec head left over from using this body. So I just stuck the Dalek Sec head on and got my green stuff and just made up some sort of alien to go in the background of my any future thing. I don't know if I'm going to use him, but yeah, I just randomly made it up and threw it together. But I thought I'd show you, so you can see that if you ever do want just to have a random alien, it is quite easy. If you get things like a Dalek Sec figure, which are quite easy, you could probably use it as Laszlo or as Pig Slave. They're also really cheap online. And that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please check out my other custom figure videos. I've been making them for quite a few years now, so I've got quite a few on my channel for you to check out. And if you want to see any more of my animations, then you can check those out as well on my channel. So if you have any ideas for any other customs, or you have a go at making these customs yourself, I'd love to see them. So please pop a comment on the video and subscribe for more coming soon. Bye.